Module 4 Unsymmetrical Faults Part 1.
So now we'll start with unsymmetrical faults, module 4. So in the case of unsymmetrical faults, the fault current is not the same in all phases, and because of this the system is rendered to be unbalanced. So it involves phasors of different magnitude and phase angles in each phase. And analysis under unbalanced conditions can be carried out on a three-phase basis, but it becomes a difficult process. Therefore, a simple approach is to use a method of symmetrical components and sequence network for determining voltages and currents in all the parts of the system after the fault occurs. So we will analyze the various types of unsymmetrical faults here analysis is introduced in two stages. The first one is fault at the terminals of a conventional generator and fault at any point F of a given power system. So now we will see the fault calculations of synchronous generator. So just consider a balanced three-phase synchronous generator, as you can see here. So here we'll consider that this is subjected to a unsymmetrical fault F at the terminal A. Here, even if the fault is unsymmetrical, to the left of the fault point F, the system is completely symmetrical. So this point has to be noted, it's very important. And due to this condition itself, we can say that the current of a given sequence produce voltage drops of the same sequence, and hence the following equation is applicable to a synchronous generator even when there is a unsymmetrical fault, which is VA1 is equal to EA1 minus IA1 into Z1, VA2 is equal to minus IA2 into Z2, and VA0 is equal to minus IA0 into Z0. So this is positive, negative and zero sequence voltages. So we'll do the analysis of different fault taking place. First one is a single line to ground fault on an unloaded generator. So let us consider the unloaded star connected generator with its neutral grounded through a reactance. Okay, and here as you can see in the diagram, let's consider that in phase A there is a fault. Okay, so phase A, it is directly shorted to the ground. And now here we have considered the terminal conditions. How? As you can see, the current IA, now it is nothing but equal to fault current IF. And IB and IC, since it's open, IB is 0, IC is also 0. And voltage across phase A, we have considered it is equal to 0. So keeping these as the terminal conditions, we will calculate symmetrical component relation. That means we are going to calculate 0, then positive, negative sequence current, and also the voltages. So as you can see, 0 sequence current IA0, we already know the equation 1 by 3 into IA plus IB plus IC. Substitute the terminal condition, we get 1 by 3 times of IA. Similarly, we have calculated for IA1 and IA2. And here all the sequence current are equal, and it is equal to 1 by 3 times of IA. And using another terminal condition, VA is equal to 0, we know VA0 plus VA1 plus VA2 is equal to VA, but VA is equal to 0. Therefore, VA0 plus VA1 plus VA2 is equal to 0. So, if you look at this equation, this is very important. IA1 is equal to IA2 is equal to IA0. They are equal. So, since they are equal and sum of sequence voltage are equal to 0, we can say that we get a series connection of sequence network through a short circuit, and that is shown in your figure below. See here, interconnection of sequence networks. Here we have drawn the 0, positive and negative sequence network of this particular generator. So if you see, first one we have positive sequence. So when we draw positive sequence, we have to draw the voltage source, which is nothing but EA1, or we can take it as EA. So along with that we have represented a reactance Z1. If you see negative sequence, what we have to do in synchronous generator, we have to avoid the EMF source. So just we have drawn a reactance. Next we have zero sequence. When we draw zero sequence, what we have to do? We need to see how the neutral is connected. So here you see, look at the generator. You can see that neutral is connected through a impedance Zn. So along with Zg0, we have to also add one more impedance, that is 3 times of Zn. Okay. After this, we have sequence quantities. Now, here we have to determine what is VA1, VA2, VA0 with the given relation which we have already studied in equation 1, equation star. So we know all the sequence currents are equal, IA1, IA2, IA0. So we can analyze them as EA by sum of impedance Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0. So we have equation VA1 is equal to EA1 minus IA1 into Z1. We have seen in the star equation. When we substitute, we get the equation 5.10. Similarly, VA2, VA0 you have to get. And this is very important, fault current calculation. So if you see the figure, you will come to know that fault current IF is nothing but current in phase A, that is IA. So IF is equal to IA, right? What is IA now? We know IA1 is equal to IA2 is equal to IA0 is equal to 1 by 3 times of IA. So IA is nothing but 3 times of, we can take it as IA0. So again, you can substitute IA0 from equation 5.9. So you get IF is equal to 3 times of EA by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0. Now, in case the neutral of the generator is not grounded, then that neutral impedance becomes infinity. So in this case, fault current IF is equal to 3 times EA by Z1 plus Z2 plus infinity, which becomes nothing but 0. So from this we can analyze that fault current in the system is 0 if neutral is not grounded in case of a line to ground fault. So next we'll move on to the second type of fault, line to line fault on an unloaded generator. So just look at the circuit diagram. Here the neutral is again grounded through a reactance as shown in the figure, and we are assuming that phase B and C are shorted. So as soon as we know B and C are shorted, IA, since it's open, becomes equal to 0. And if you consider that IB is equal to the fault current IF, we know that IB will be equal to minus IC, or you can say IC is equal to minus IB, anything. And the voltage across these two phases will be equal, VB and VC. So symmetrical component relation, again you have to calculate as in the previous case. You have to calculate IA0, IA1, IA2 using the above terminal conditions. So you get IA0 is 0, IA1 is 1 by 3 into A minus A square into IB, IA2 is 1 by 3 into A square minus A into IB. So from IA1 and IA2, you can observe that IA2 is equal to minus IA1. Okay. And now we will calculate all the sequence voltage, VA1, VA2 and VA0. VA1, again we know that VB is equal to VC. Using that equation, we will get VA1, then we have VA2. Okay. and both are equal. So we can say VA1 is equal to VA2. Now we have to also calculate VA naught, right? So we have the relation VA naught is equal to minus IA naught into Z naught. But our zero sequence current is 0. Therefore we can say VA naught is also equal to 0. Now since VA naught is 0 and VA1 is equal to VA2, this relation, and if you also consider IA2 is equal to minus IA1, here we should draw parallel connection of positive and negative sequence network. Okay, so the zero sequence network is connected separately and it is shorted on itself. So you can see interconnection. So for positive you should have a voltage source EA1 and Z1. For negative just Z2. And for 0, since its neutral is connected through a reactance, you should add 3 into Zn. Now sequence quantity, we know IA1 is minus IA2 or IA2 is minus IA1. So this is equal to EA by Z1 plus Z2. So IA naught is nothing but 0 and VA naught is also 0. Coming to VA1 is equal to VA2. From the equation star we have EA minus IA1 into Z1. So we have already the equation for IA1. We'll just substitute. So after this we get EA into Z2 by Z1 plus Z2. And now fault current is calculated. The fault current in this case is IF is equal to IB or IC. Okay, if you take IF is equal to IB, then IB is equal to minus IC or vice versa. So IB will substitute IA naught plus A square IA1 plus A into IA2. IA naught is 0 plus we get IA1 and IA2 are same. So we have taken it as IA1 itself. So this is equal to minus J root 3 into IA1. We are negotiating the imaginary term. So magnitude of IF is taken. Okay, so we get root 3 of IA1, only the real part. So root 3 into, again IA1 is EA by Z1 plus Z2. So this is a fault current. But again, if neutral is not grounded, the neutral impedance becomes infinity. So the overall Z0 becomes infinity. But here fault current is independent of Z0. You can see it is just depending on Z1 and Z2. So even if the neutral is grounded or not, it does not affect the fault current in this particular case, not like the previous one.